Learn programming in Java, this time Enums. Now, some courses are going to be very generic and allow you to use command line, all various IDEs. This course is going to focus primarily 100% on IntelliJ. Hey, we don't have a lot of money, so I'm going to recommend some, I think, the best value books out there for you. If you want to follow along with these books in the course, they will align very well. If you're kind of on a shoestring budget, the PDF version of the Java 5 book from Bruce Eckel, great value for the money. It's basically free. You want to get the hardcover edition, that's on Amazon. You can click on the link there. It'll take you to the Amazon website. Okay, once again, I'm Hugo Scavino. A little bit of self-promotion here. Been doing this for 30 years. I started doing Java since the beta, so it's been a long time. I primarily used what I needed to use to get my job done. Okay, one of my favorite parts of the language is being able to create your own types. Enums are that. They're short for enumerations. It's a special data type that allows you to define a collection of named constants. Okay, they're used to represent a fixed set of predefined values. So you decide the types, making your code more readable and less error prone. Probably one of my favorite parts of the language. Okay, by the way, there's probably like 5-7 implementations of this enum. This one is probably the most straightforward. Days of the week. There's only 7 of them. Would you write one for months of the year? Maybe. It's been done before. What about the seconds in a year? Probably not. But you can certainly find something in your code base that is a predefined set of something that makes something business sense. Okay, it doesn't have to be days of the week. Maybe it's the roles in a security system. Maybe it's the departments. But what I want to point out here is, like, although days of the week is finite, you could start out with your own collection of types and maybe add them over time as business requirements. Be careful of removing them, but let's see what happens. Now, one thing that a lot of people ask me, what about, can I get the number? Well, I mean, if you have to, if you need to, sure. You can use the little ordinal, and that will get you the number. What do you think Monday is? 1, 0? Spoiler, it's 0. Okay, what's going to happen here? This is one of my favorite functions. It is actually a static method if you want to look into the guts of it all. You can ask the type itself, give me your values, and you will get an array of those values. So you can put the values in a for loop like you see here. That means if you add more, the for loop stays the same. You don't have to worry about how many values there are. You don't have to code this up. You don't have to remember. The language will give this for you. What do you think will happen when I do a system.out on the values, right? I do the enum.values. It's a static method that gives me an array of the types. What do you think I'm going to get when I just do a plain old system.out on each one? Did you think this was going to be it? I hope so. Monday equals Monday, Tuesday equals Tuesday. Check out the case. Don't worry about the fonts. It's the same case, right? Capital MONDAY and so forth. That's going to be important in the next quiz. All right, so that is values. Okay, now you might say, I don't like that string representation. That's great for code. It fits my coding style. But, I want to do a different kind of toString. Well, you can, of course, you can make whatever. It's enum is a class. It inherits from java.lang.enum. So you have access to toString. So override it. Go ahead. Do whatever you want. Be clever with it. So in this case, I made it like this. Sounds good, right? Now, when I do values on this one, I will get this format. Be careful though. Here's what's coming up next. I want you to note what's happening here. I am doing a switch on the type, not on the string, not on capital Monday or capital Tuesday like maybe your code used to do. I am doing a switch on a type, a day of the week. Please understand how important this is, that you're doing type system checking. You're not going to accidentally, there's more, I didn't show you all of them, but you're not going to make a mistake based on the type. Case Monday is not a string. That is an instance of the enum class. Okay, so that's important. Type safety, we like that. Okay, after the ordinal, your next question is going to be, well, how do I create one from, I don't know, a user interface? How do I go from a string to a day of the week? Well, of course, you can call the value of. Notice that my value of is all uppercase. So when I print it out, what do you think is going to happen? First of all, at runtime, it will succeed and do the next line of code. All right. So I will get a variable of type day of the week. But what happens when I put in for value of a sentence case, capital M-O-N-D-A-Y? What about this time? What am I going to get? I did override the toString. Remember that? The answer is in the next slide. Oh no! Wait a minute. A runtime exception? That seems kind of harsh. Just because of a typo? Yes. Because capital M-O-N-D-A-Y is not the same thing as all uppercase M-O-N-D-A-Y. All right, so you can't mess around with the strings. They are case sensitive, and you also get a runtime exception. It's kind of hard, and if you're not really paying attention, when you see no enum constant day of the week Monday, but it's like, hey, it looks like it's going to work. This is close enough, isn't it? The answer is no, it's not. Okay, even though you overrode toString, that wasn't what the important thing is. All right, but let me give you a way around, not a way around this, but a way to deal with this. All right, for sure, don't change your toString code. Don't change your enum to match the user interface. Instead, behind the scenes, just force all the user input to be uppercase, and that will kind of solve the problem. You don't want the UI influencing your class. Your class should be all uppercase if you like that, or if that's your style. But whatever it is, just know that enums are case sensitive when you want to create them from the string. And that's it. That's enums. Simple, powerful, something I use and I look forward to using because I look for it because I'd rather have types than strings. They represent something that's a set of constants like days of the week. Whatever makes sense in our status codes, whatever makes sense in your business paradigm. They define states in a state machine. You can use them in a switch statement, which is awesome. And they provide a provide a set of well-defined constants that make your code more structured, easier to read, less error prone. Thanks. That was enums.